cashews. You got the cashews going already again. You feel me?
Yeah. This was a lot fuller.
I be.
Yeah. So
I see you went to work on that motherfucker. Paul.
yeah, it's a good snack to when you're editing or multitasking. You don't feel like going downstairs. You're like, no, put it right there on the desk. Like, yep, I'll eat some cashews right quick.
Brother said the proteins.
Hey Ben, why you got that? Why you got that belt right there?
Oh,
because I won. That's why. Because I won. See, I bet on the good guys this time. I was like, yo, there's no way Team Bloodline, OG Bloodline losing. I was like, that won me the match, and Rhea and Team Rhea win it. Even though I don't like the name Team Rhea, because I'm like, bro, you just got here. How was it your team? And you just showed up. I don't like that.
On social media, they said Team Mommy.
Oh, nah.
I'm like, that's even worse.
Yeah, I'm feeling that one, dog. Really not. I don't know. Yeah, Ben, you won. You definitely won. I counted at least 5.5 points for you. I think Gresh, you had like 2.5 or 3.
Nah, definitely 2, because I was so high off of full gear being heel heavy that I let it bleed into my brain for Survivor Series. And said, yeah, every bad guy's gonna win this week except for LA Knight, and I was wrong.
Man,
so wrong.
We all were wrong on that one. I swear we were so off. Apologies, because good lord. All right, cool. Let's get into it here. You know what? Maybe I should introduce myself. Maybe I should introduce us. There's this little thing that we got here. It's called an intro, but I don't really feel like going through that. So, with that said, this is Public Enemies Podcast. This is Survivor Series post show. Oh my God, Graham, that's me. You feel me? Smiles on faces. You feel me? Been here, been there, all types of different places. I'm just saying. Sick of these motherfucking Thanksgiving plates. So, Draco Kid, how you feeling, big dog? What's going on? You got that strap on your shoulder? Brand new Public
immaculate.
Ooh, okay.
I gotta defend it next week. It's like, yo, every time I win it, there's like literally a show the next fucking week. I'm sick of that shit. Like literally, like every time. Like last time I lost to CJ, was like, yo, man, this is a Kane reign right here. You have a Christian Cage reign. I was like, fuck you, man.
You're a champion's champion. You're a fighting champion. You feel me? The reigning, undisputed. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? Shit like that. So
there you go.
I feel bad. Feel like
clean it up.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You should feel like you the man around this bitch. You feel me? Got a target on your back. But it's all good. It's all good. Gresh, welcome back.
Yeah. Ran up my PTO for the year. I'm here for the rest of the year. So yeah. Y'all know.
Yeah. How was Thanksgiving for you? How was the trip?
Man, the trip was actually smooth. My sister hates driving in the car because I was like, we're going out of town, but I'm not about to pay for these tickets just to get annoyed at the airport. So we're going to drive for 6 hours. And she was like, oh my God, this is terrible. I'm just sitting there listening to music, hearing her complain like, this is nothing. Because 6 hours, I've driven 10 hours before or 12 hours before from state to state. So I'm like, this is nothing. So, but I was smooth, kicked it with the family. Like I think my cousins or my uncle said, hey, send us pictures when you go out of town. I did not think to take any pictures because I was just so in the moment that I was like, But I did catch a picture of my brother sleeping. So I'm going to hold that as blackmail for the rest of his life because he was knocked the fuck out. And the story behind it is we went to the gym after Thanksgiving and he tapped out after 45 minutes. I'm like, bro, it's just a warm-up.
Wow. You good?
Tired.
I'm not touching the gym till Monday, bro. You good? You better than me.
Hey, man.
Gotta do what you
But yeah,
do.
it was cool. It was cool. How about y'all? What was y'all Thanksgiving vibes outside of the mac and cheese? White kid teased us with. Pause.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
That was kind of crazy.
The mac and cheese did look good, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. You feel me? You did your thing. You feel me? I was talking shit. You feel me? But you feel me? You feel me? Mine was cool. Didn't really do too much. Went over to my cousin's house early in the morning. You feel me? We kicked it. Had a little brunch. Talk a little shit. You feel me? Smoke a little weed. Shit like that. You feel me? And then I came back home. Decided to go back out because I had to go get another plate. And I came back to the crib, ate here, you feel me? And then watched the Packers do that motherfucking thing, you feel me? Another W, you feel me? You know what I'm talking about? And then I looked at the standings and I was like, in the grand scheme of things, this absolutely did nothing for us. We're still in the same spot. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, that's not me. I woke up to the Dolphins losing. I said, you know what? I'm going back to bed.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
It's okay. Respect y'all. It's love.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
Nah, I sat in the house all day. I was not going nowhere. I was not doing nothing. I haven't been to multiple places since I was like a kid, bro. I used to. It was like I would used to go to my grandmother's house because everybody would go over there. But since she passed away, it's not really been doing that much. So I normally had to stay at the house, bro. I wasn't going nowhere. I watched the fucking frauds that are the Detroit Lions, and I'm like, yo, I'm not scared. I'm not scared no more. I'm like Macaulay Culkin and Home Alone. I'm not scared anymore. I'm good.
That is hilarious. So we'll see. We'll see how that pans out. We'll definitely see how that pans out. But let's get into this show, man. Let's get into Survivor Series 2024 War Games, live and direct from Vancouver, BC. They turned it up, or they did what they could. You feel me? 17,000 plus in the building. Let's see. Young man, I wish I could say your first name. Hubner. You feel me? Hubner. You feel me? I'm talking about bro said, bro, I'm watching the post-show conference and someone mentioned Sammy's match with Knoxville. CM Punk was flabbergasted. Bro legit went, what? And kept looking around asking if he was serious.
Punk is like he wasn't watching the product around that time.
Yeah, he's a little bit from it. You know, he's like, what? You had a match with Johnny Knoxville and people actually give a fuck about it? Yeah, actually. Yeah.
He really was like tapped out of like outside of the bubble for so long. Like he was like, yo, man, this nigga wrestled Johnny Knoxville. I was going.
That was what, 2022?
Yeah, that was 38.
Oh yeah, so he was definitely in AEW. Yeah, he wasn't really tuned in. Yeah, he was.
He'd be like, yo, I'm tapped into what I'm doing over here. And if somebody mentions me, I'll tap into it. But other than that, he's like, nah, bro. Y'all have all that.
He was on that show too.
That's funny. That was funny. That's funny.
Show kicked off this evening with the Women's War Games match. Of course, Team Liv versus Team Bianca, because we niggas on this side. You feel me? And you know, nobody even knew Rhea was gonna show up until she popped up with her little Rip Hamilton mask, and she did a thing. Interesting match she had on tonight, I'll tell you that much. But the Women's War Games match kicked off the show, as I did mention here. Team Bianca versus Team Liv. Ben, what did you think about the opening contest? How'd you feel about this match between the ladies?
In the beginning, it was kind of slow, and there were like some moments where I was like, I'm not really feeling it. Specifically, like there were some spots between Nia Jax and the rest of the women where she was like swinging the chair, and it looked like, I'm like, bro, what are we doing? I'm like, I've never seen anybody use a steel chair that way, and that's not a compliment. Like, what's going on? And there was another spot where Raquel like just threw Naomi into the cage, and it looked really scary for a second. Like I wasn't like taking my eyes off her until she started moving again, because I was like, bro, the way she landed and the way she hit, like I was like, yeah, that's not looking good. But things picked up later in the match, thankfully, and they got everything together when they were doing like their spots and all that. So they picked it up definitely at the end. But the beginning, it was like really shaky for me.
Gresh?
About the same sentiments. I literally started texting everybody I knew. I said, so this match is kind of ass right now. I need something to happen. And then when I said that, Naomi entered the match with a toilet seat. So I'm like, that's not what I meant by ass, but okay, let's go with it. You got the stink face with that. It really did pick up when EO ran in, and pretty much like I feel like everything was just dragging to the point where I'm like, I don't want to complain about this, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. And then by the time we got to like the ending stretch, that's when it really I started locking in. But overall, I still stand by my sentiments that this match didn't need to be War Games. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, this is a match that they literally could have brought back the traditional Survivor Series. I'm not talking about brand warfare, but like straight up, like, okay, we hate you, Trent, tag team match, elimination match, and they could have did a lot of fun spots there, because you can tell it was like it felt like a lot of stalling in between those 5-minute stretches, and I'm like, yeah, something needs to happen. Like you'll see Nia walking around trying to figure out, okay, what's next. Naomi selling extra long, and I'm like, okay, something needs to happen. And yeah, by the time Rhea got in and stuff like that, it really picked up. And I did have a question at the end of how it ended, but that's more so of just me looking at Triple H and his booking. But other than that, yeah, it was solid at the end. Like I gave it a 0.5 because
like the finish.
Because of the finish, I actually like the finish.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it was all right to me. I didn't really think it was a great match, but it wasn't really over the top. But there were some miscues. Like I've seen a lot of people saying, "Hey, maybe this isn't the right match for Nia Jax to be in." So I was like, "Okay, cool." But I know we really like this spot that EO does jumping off the cage.
They made it too obvious, and it took me out of it.
Way too long, because Tiffany had to wait for her to trash can.
And that's what I mean by the stalling. Like it was like
she could have jumped so long ago, and she had to wait for EO to get the trash can up, positioned, and over her head. And yeah, a lot of stalling.
It made it more awkward too, because when she did it, the commentary barely acknowledged it. They said EO goes crazy. Oh yeah, Tiffany did that too. Like,
oh yeah, she here too. She here too. Shout out to you.
That's like the clip when you see Dion, Shador, and Shiloh walking on the field, and goes, "That's Dion and his 2 kids. One of the might be the greatest quarterback in college football, Shador Sanders, and the other kid, he's on defense." God damn, you might as well been like, fuck this little nigga, bro.
You can. I feel like the production style of this could have been a lot better, and then having the heavy hitters on one team also didn't help.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I did like the fire extinguisher spot. When EO pulled up with the fire extinguisher, and then by the smoke had like dissipated, Rhea had put the handcuffs on Raquel. I thought that was a nice touch. That was dope.
Facts.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Anything from y'all? Go ahead.
Usually, the thing that took me out of it was like I spent like the whole like hour leading up to it hyping it up, because China was watching it with me for the first time, and I was like, "Yo, The women's match usually goes crazy. I'm like, their match is better than the men's match. I was like, for real, we're being honest. I was like, every year. And then we're watching, and she was like, so she was picking up on what I was picking up on. She was like, this is better. This is gonna be better than the men's. And I was like, not this year. Not this year. Sorry, baby, not this year.
I apologize for my outburst.
So the winners, Ripley, Naomi, Bailey, Bianca Belair, and the number one contender to the Women's World Championship, Io Sky. Dun, 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 dun.
Now the finish, I was like, the way that they shaped this match, you would have thought Rhea was the number one contender, not Io.
Yeah, I think what they did with the finish here was to give Rhea that pin over Liv. Mm-hmm. So Liv beats Io, they can come back and say, oh, well, the last person to pin the women's champion was Rhea in War Games. And then that's an excuse for them to say, okay, cool. Now we can put this whole thing back together and Liv Rhea, nice little bow, January 6th.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we gotta deal with their fans going back and forth for another month.
Yeah.
Nah, y'all niggas make me sick, man. The same thing with these Roman fans and these Cody fans. I'm like, yo, bro, I love wrestling. I'm like, they don't got beef in real life, nigga. Like, what are we doing? That shit, they like, nah, because you think you'd be taking it really, be like, yo, man, I don't like Sammy. I'm like, what did Sammy do? Like, would he say something, do something? Nah, he just betrayed Roman Reigns, and I don't think he belongs on the team. Because I'm like, nigga, y'all make my head hurt, bro. Like, I'll start talking like, I will start talking like Zilla Fatu and say, this shit's not real. I don't care if you niggas get mad or not.
This next match on the card made my fucking head hurt. What the fuck happened? I wasn't expecting this. I was so fucking confused. Shinsuke Nakamura has defeated LA Knight and has stolen the United States Championship. He is your new US champion. This whole new dark Nakamura gimmick thing that he's got going here. He pretty much dominated this fucking match. Like, LA Knight damn near couldn't get out the blocks. He like, yeah, this nigga hypnotized or something like that. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but they definitely leaned into like the LA Knight was like, I don't know, just out of focus. Like he couldn't get in rhythm here. You feel me? Because Shinsuke is so mystic and like moves and shit. All I don't fucking know what the fuck was going on, but the I guess the psychology of it was Shinsuke basically had this nigga thrown off of his game due to all the mind games and shit that he's been playing over the last couple of weeks. Ben, I want to ask you first here. You made the comment this past week on the podcast. You said you are done believing in Shinsuke. You don't want to get your hopes up because every time you put your trust into him, he lets you down. How do you feel here, knowing that we all picked this nigga to lose?
It is just one of those instances where I'm happy to be wrong. I am 100% and genuinely happy to be wrong. I've been rocking with Shinsuke since he was in Japan. And when he got over there, I was like, okay, this nigga don't want to win no titles. All he want to do is surf. Got it. I can't get my hopes up anymore. I was done. And then when they added the new music and they added the new ring attire and the face paint and all that, I was like, I'm starting to believe again. I don't want to believe, but I'm starting to believe again. And tonight they had a whole new rollout for him. He came out in the Shogun attire. He had new music again because he had new music on Friday. They gave him new music again. Like, I was like, okay, I'm rocking with this shit too. The new entrance and all that.
Shit, that fucked me up.
I was like, yo, all of this, I believe again.
I was like, that's kind of nice.
Yo, added 808s to that shit. I was like, okay, all right. Like, yo, but now I'm like, yo, man, I believe again. I'm 100% here again, bro. Because I'm like, yo, build this nigga up. I wanted to see him win the world title last year against Seth Rollins, and they didn't do anything with that. As long as they keep him on the track, like they're doing right now, build him up, make him a monster, keep him interesting, keep on with the vignettes, the subtitle vignettes backstage and all that. I'm here for it. Just don't push him off a cliff for no stupid shit, please. Please. I've seen it before.
Multiple times.
Gresh, how you feeling about Shinsuke being the new U.S. champion and him being the one to end LA Knight's reign?
Listen, I'm not as upset as most people are. I saw people on the timeline losing their mind. Oh my God, Shinsuke in 2024. I'm just sitting here like, Shinsuke in 2024. That's my nigga. He finally got the title again. But like Waco Ben said, I want to make sure that I don't get my hopes up too much because they have a tendency and a habit of getting me excited about Shinsuke and then just pushing him off the cliff for no fucking reason. So I'm congratulations with him, but at the same time, I'm still gonna go in with treaded caution because I'm like, I don't want to have say, yo, look, he's the U.S. champion, then he lose it to Andrade on Friday. Like I don't like that's my mind immediately went there. Overall, the change in presentation, I'm not mad at it. It's the music that I'm not really vibing with 100%. It's more so it still feels kind of like some shit that you would listen to on Mario Party. So it kind of I was like, oh, this is the next level villain on Mario Party 4. And you gotta overcome him right quick. He's playing mental mind games, but at the same time, I've heard worse. So, but them going from the trap version on Friday to the Japanese version on today was kind of funny. So, people upset. You'd be surprised. It's Twitter though. Like niggas be mad. Niggas be mad about paint on Twitter. So. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yo, I think a lot of it is they feel like, oh, well, you know, LA Knight just got the title not long ago, and Gunther had this long reign. LA Knight's supposed to have this long reign. My thing is, the LA Knight reign kind of fell flat for me in a way because they waited a long time to pull the trigger. They waited until like some of the hype had died down. Then they're like, okay, Logan Paul, you done with this shit? All right, pass it on to him. Like, honestly, he should have won that title at WrestleMania. But they dragged it out for whatever reason. They're like, not Survivor Series. They're like, SummerSlam. He put the title on you at SummerSlam. Like, they have a habit of doing that. Like, it's past, like, not past the expiration date, but it's damn near, like, close. And when you do it, it's like, okay, well, people were cool with it, but a lot of times for like the past like couple of rivalries that he's had, he has not been the focal point. Like the last big rivalry that he had for the title, he was like the man that was pushed in the background because it was Carmelo Hayes and Andrade that really carried that. And when you get to a point in your own storyline where you're not the heart of it, then you have a problem. When everybody else is like, okay, well, it's this guy over here, and they're taking the spotlight, it's not a good sign for you. So I'm cool with Shinsuke having the title. And then honestly, him getting it out of nowhere with like no huge build whatsoever, it adds an element of excitement that you don't see very often. Because usually, like I said, when the title is about to be put on another person, you could kind of feel it in the air. This was like Graham said, we all said like, man, ain't no way this nigga's gonna win. They're like, this is not gonna happen. And you know, to watch and see it happen, like it was a huge shock. Like I definitely was shocked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now it's just interesting where they're going to go with LA Knight after this. Like, do they reboot him? And to rebuttal people saying, "Oh, he just got it." 118 days. It's like that's not a bad length for a title reign. Could they have booked him way better? Yeah, because they relied too heavy on his popularity instead of giving him interesting stories to sink his teeth in from a character's perspective. Because like Ben said, he pretty much hopped into the best of 7 series with Melo and Andrade where they was kind of like, okay, the winner's gonna face on LA Knight anyway, but they say, you know what, we're just gonna put LA Knight in there just to mess up the final match and then have the triple threat, pin them both, not pin them both, but like pin them, win the triple threat, and then move on from there. And then the Shinsuke thing, and I think hopefully they use this as a reboot for LA Knight in general. Not saying change his character or anything, but like refocus him. And if if they run it back and he's locked in during the rematch, cool. But as far as like, they just need to lock him in and not make him 100% his entrance / catchphrases / promo. Like, let him actually have some depth, some long-term interest from a character's perspective.
He needs. I don't know if they got to reshuffle the deck or something, but it kind of felt like he ran out of opponents. Like, who else was, like he beat Andrade and Melo twice each. Then he beat Santos. Then he beat Santos again. Then,
yeah.
I mean, like,
he beat Humberto.
Then he beat Berto. Yeah, because who else? There's nobody in that lane for him to go to.
I knew they were running that shit when they had him face Santos the first time. I was like, okay, we have definitely reached the back of the deck of the cards, like where the instruction pack is. I'm like, we're like, yo, they don't got nothing else for you, but they're gonna let you walk around with this shit.
Nothing. And it's like some people genuinely, and they have this argument. Some people genuinely forgot he was the U.S. champion, and it's like, it's no fault of his own, but they didn't really they ain't have nothing for him. And like Graham said, they probably need to reshuffle the deck. And then if we look at it, he ran out of opponents because everybody was focused on the Bloodline story, because they could have easily built up like Jacob to go after LA Knight if they wanted to, but they knew for a fact that LA Knight wasn't beating Jacob Fatu. Yeah. So it's like, when you look at that SmackDown roster, there's really not that many people. I mean, they could switch some characters up. Like, they can restore Apollo Crews now that Baron Corbin is no longer there. Like, it's so many ways that they can go with stories and opponents, but it's just up to them and the booking.
And Apollo was the first person to hold that particular title design too.
Mm-hmm. They can easily run that back too.
Yeah, him saying, I want my title back. I guess that could work. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Shinsuke, do your motherfucking thing, bro. The nigga hopped off the surfboard and said, finna start chopping niggas the fuck up. Let's see. Andy says, maybe AJ Styles' injury really messed up a few opportunities. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Good point. I ain't gonna lie to you. Kind of my mind a little bit. Because it was like he was gone and then he came back and immediately got hurt again. Squint says, you think LA Knight goes after a world title? I feel like there would need to be a character shift if he goes after Cody. But if they reshuffle the deck, I can see him going after the World Heavyweight Championship.
But the interesting concept about LA Knight is too, is like, he's never had a character shift since going back to being LA Knight. He just got cheered. He's just him. Yeah. So
kind of a loud mouth, obnoxious asshole.
Yeah, people just love it. So
there you go. Next up was the Intercontinental Championship. Bron Breakker versus Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser in a triple threat match. This one woke the crowd up, man. After that,
woke me up too.
After the shock of the U.S. title and the the somewhat disappointment of the Women's War Games match, I think this is kind of where the show kicked into a different gear with this triple threat here. I really liked how they utilized the ring that they had to their full advantage, because like with the War Games shit, like they use the whole ring, and then it's like for all the regular matches they'll switch. They'll use the ring closer to the entrance, or they'll use the ring closer to the announce table and all of that. But I thought that they used that particular ring to their full advantage. I'm talking about like all the stuff that they did on the outside of it, Braun jumping off the apron over the announce desk and throwing each other all into the sides of the barriers and the ring. Good stuff. Go ahead, Ben.
I said that shit last year. I was like, yo, they should use both rings for, I think it was like an AJ Styles match that happened last year. And niggas was telling me they only use one ring. They never use both rings. They'll never use both rings, Ben. Get your head out of the clouds, Ben. Stop dreaming, Ben. They will never, ever use both rings. Damn it, they did tonight. And I was happy.
One particular match? That's what they're saying?
Yeah, one particular match. Yeah. I wanted to be right. I said, yo. They said, when the cage is up, they said, we're not using both rings. But I dreamed of it. I said, what if we did?
It makes the most sense. Like, you have it there. Just run over there. Like, ain't nobody stopping you.
I think it's supposed to be like a thing. I don't know if it's like a referee's discretion type thing or whatever. But yeah, this was one of those banger after banger after bangers. Sheamus is in there, so it's gonna be something close to it. Gresh, what did you think about this title defense by Bron Breakker?
Honestly, I feel like anytime you place Bron Breakker in a certain spot, especially triple threat matches, he delivers. Everybody delivered. Even Ludwig Kaiser, he was definitely a standout to me. Like, I feel like this is just the beginning for him. Like, he's not somebody that they're just using. Like, they had Gunther tell him to make his own opportunities for a reason, because I feel like they're not going to do it this year because his year is almost up. But I feel like from 2025, if he remains healthy and remains focused, that man is going to be a huge problem for that middle card division for the men's side, for sure. So, Sheamus, I think, buddy, it might be time for you to just let it go, brother. Like, you've had like 30,000 opportunities to get that Intercontinental title. Yeah, it's a wrap for you, Bucko. I mean, I say that, but then watch them mess around and give him the title like WrestleMania or something. So, but overall, the triple threat, I feel like a lot of the triple threats that we've seen this year, including this one, has not been bad at all as far as like on the pay-per-view side. I know they used the triple threats like crazy during the tournaments, but I'm talking about like the way that they structured this triple threat is definitely up there for a triple threat of the year for sure. But yeah, this was a fun match.
Ben?
Definitely best match of the night. Like, they didn't go over the top. They didn't need like a wild stipulation. They didn't need anything of that. It was just like, yo, we just squaring up. And some of the spots that Bron Breakker did, I was like, yo, he's just doing shit, bro. Like, just like running into niggas like a torpedo and just like jumping off like the middle rope to the outside across like the announce table. He was definitely the wild card of this match. Like, it was for me, it like you said, woke everybody up. Like, for me too, I was like, yo, I was like, these niggas cooking. Like, Ludwig, I was like, I was not familiar with your game, Ludwig. Shout out to you, nigga.
On GOD. What time is it? Yeah, I'm not even gonna respond to that. It's been a second. With that. Don't even worry about it, man. You feel me? Let's see. Khalil asks, what's next for Bron? Now that he has retained the Intercontinental Championship, what is next for Bron Breakker? Jesus, that's a good question there, buddy, because I have no idea who's over there on Raw that he could get into it with.
The interesting concept about Bron's character being, it doesn't matter if you're a good guy or a bad guy, he wants to smoke. They can literally throw anybody over there.
Yeah.
Jay can try to get hit now that the War Games is over. Jay can try to go back for his title that he was screwed out of. I'm looking at like if whatever happens on Monday with the New Day 10th anniversary, one of them can go after it. So it's so many people that can go after that title that I feel like Bron can actually work with, because his character and story is quite simple. I have this title. You want to fight? Let's fight. I'm gonna break you in half. repeat.
Drew McIntyre.
That'd be interesting.
That's my pick. Drew McIntyre, Bron Breakker.
Yeah, facts. I mean, like, bro ain't been around for like what? He hasn't been around literally since Bad Blood.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Braun
that might work.
can try to come back.
Please, God, dear God, no.
I know, but I'm just saying, like they have a more, I used to say, a more well-rounded middle card than SmackDown right now. So
Chad Gable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try again.
I'm gonna try one more time.
Thank you. Well, Chad Gable couldn't beat Gunther for the IC title, and Damien Priest couldn't beat Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther still the WWE World Champion after tonight's bout, as they say, with Damien Priest. You know what? I thought this was a good match. I think these guys work well together. I think like Damien's selling of his arm, like that I think that won me over just for the selling of the arm that he did, and like all the different power moves that he tried and couldn't like necessarily execute. Gunther either slipped out of it or he couldn't like get him all the way up for it. I thought that was a nice little touch and extra little wrinkle that they added in there, even though Gunther went in there with that lack of confidence. He found a sweet spot to hone in on. You know what I'm saying? Boom, attack that shoulder, attack that arm. Dope shit. You feel me? So whatever. Ben, what'd you think about Gunther versus Damien Priest? Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, as Dizzle would say.
I thought there were some interesting shout out to CJ. Like, I thought there were some interesting moments in the match, like little spots that they did. The one that really stuck out to me the most was when Finn Balor popped up to kind of help Gunther and to kind of screw over Damien Priest. Gunther wasn't feeling that shit. He was like, "Nah, bro, I want to beat him on my own. I don't want you to be like one of the driving forces." But then all that was washed away. He just threw that nigga back in the ring. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm not gonna give you a chance to catch your breath. I'm not gonna like none of that. Like, I'm just gonna beat you. And I'm just gonna say, you know what? I didn't want your help, but I still accept it." So, and also the kind of stare down that he had, like with Damien Priest, like after it, where he was kind of like, you know what? I'm not gonna beat up on you. I'm not gonna rub it in, but I'm not scared of you no more. So I felt like they had some interesting elements, like I really liked where Damien Priest was like, "Okay, well, I can't get up and beat you," so he went for the triangle choke. I was like, "Okay, well, it's a good move to add to your moveset." So, the match, it was better than I thought it was. Still not my favorite match of the night, but it was better. I felt it was better than the first match, like, because their first match, he had that spot where Damien Priest like damn near broke his fucking leg on the ropes when he got his leg caught in there. So I felt like, they were able to have like a better, like cleaner match.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
Was that this match? Was that match, or was that the Drew match?
That was the Drew match, nigga. I'm stupid, man. That was the Drew match.
I had to double check. I was like, wait,
Great.
Hold on.
Nigga, on. What am I talking about?
Wait,
but nah, it actually was. Like, I feel like what took me out of it was the interference, because I feel like the story that they was telling, Gunther should have beaten Damien like straight up, no, like clean. Like this brother been getting left laying without help for the past 2 weeks. I'm like, best you can do is like, okay, you have a moment where Damien is down and Gunther is just like, you know what? Wait a minute, I'm that nigga. What the fuck? And then just go crazy on him and just light him up, and then it proved to him like, yo, yeah, I still my confidence ain't rock no more. I'm still him. I'm still Gunther, because there's still that little asterisk.
Yeah,
that
I feel you.
Finn got involved and helped Gunther win instead of winning clean. That's it. But overall, the match itself, I wasn't really feeling it in the beginning, but it kind of picked up towards the middle for me because once my brain shuts off the need for high speed everything, I can appreciate your typical your old school 80s basically rest hold extravaganza where you're breaking someone down systematically. So, but yeah, it was actually solid. Still, the triple threat was one of my matches of the night over this one.
Agree. I'm with you on that. Okay, on my mama. Well, I guess there's only one other way to go from here, and that is to the men's War Games match, which was the main event of the evening. This was the OG Bloodline and CM Punk versus the new Bloodline. So Roman and his squad against Solo and his squad, and the OG Bloodline did pick up the win along with CM Punk defeating, of course, Solo's Bloodline, taking home the W. You feel me? Well, let's ask our esteemed panel here how we felt about it. Gresh, I'm gonna start with you. You feel me? What did you think about the men's War Games match? Did it live up to the hype for you? Was it a little bit better than the women's War Games match, or how did you feel about that? Not to compare the two.
Yeah.
But
it was actually, I actually enjoyed it. I feel like because I had a little bit more emotional investment in the story that they was telling and didn't feel as thrown together or as like, okay, oh shit, we need a War Games match. Let's reunite the OG Bloodline. Like they've been telling us this story over the past couple of months since Roman returned at SummerSlam. So to see this play out the way it was, like, can they coexist turned up to the max to where their instincts kicked in? Like, yeah, we can coexist because we both hate this nigga. This nigga claiming to be the tribal chief. This man recruited outsiders to sit at the throne. Yeah, we can hate him. And then the key cliffhanger that caught me was what's the favor from CM Punk, because we saw that sit down on SmackDown, which was cinematic, and I enjoyed it. For those who want to be armchair editors who don't know jack shit about editing, it works. But I actually enjoyed the overall pacing of the match. Like Jacob continues to be a beast in that ring, and it's like this is not me on a bandwagon of everybody trying to hype up Jacob, but it's like if you actually seen him come up in MLW to now, he is next up for sure. Like you see him clashing and squabbling with the two guys who got him in the industry is always awesome to see. So it's like to see him stand out. Like he did scare me a little bit with the knee injury. I don't know if he's good selling or if he tweaked it. I don't know, but he caught me off guard. But then he popped up and started tweaking like the boogeyman.
Bro, he's really good at that shit. Like even back when he was when he was in MLW and he was doing like independent shows, if he fucks up a move, instead of just be like, damn, I fucked up, like I'm gonna try this again, he'll lay out and just start screaming and grabbing his leg or his arm or whatever and just like selling it as like a little injury. So he scared me with that too. But yeah, but I've seen I'm like, I'm familiar with the game right now. But also I can't even speculate because like he did that at SummerSlam and he was injured. So he's just really good at that selling and stuff like that, where he just like starts like grabbing at his leg and flailing around on the ground. But yeah, this match itself, like a lot of stories were told within this match. Like the dynamic between CM Punk and Roman Reigns, where Roman didn't want him to leave the cage before him. CM Punk was like, fuck you, I'm out of here, bro. Like just sidestepped him. And also, where he saved him from getting hit with the tsunami through the table. It was just a back and forth of like, okay, like where are we at with this? And like you, Gresh, I'm interested in what the favor is going to be, because Roman doesn't have a title. He's not in line for a title shot right now at the moment. It's just like, yo, okay, so what are we doing? Like, I'm interested to when they pull it back up because I think this would be a great match for SummerSlam of 2025 because like I already have like a bunch of not a bunch of theories, but like I want CM Punk to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, obviously, but you know, SummerSlam would be a good fit for that, I think.
Yeah. Like I feel like ooh, yeah, like the way like because it's a lot of ways they could have went with this match. Like I picked for some reason, it's like I said, I went heel heavy with my picks because I was like, okay, new bloodline, they can't really afford to lose again. This, that, and the third, but they did, and it's like I think the reason why I wasn't as upset with it was because how they went about it. Like they literally went. Solo was just keen on being basically in control and in a united front. So basically, when their united front failed, he fell to a united front of his ops, and I'm like, this is moving me. This is giving me what The Rock does to chills, the month, like it's pushing that excitement out of me. Like I didn't pay attention to nothing. I didn't pay attention to social media. I literally just locked in. And then Jimmy Uso, I'm giving Jacob his flowers. Jimmy Uso went in there like, yeah, I'm not about to be second fiddle to nobody. That man put out a corkscrew wins. That man got airtime on that splash from the top of the cage. I'm like, Big Jim, where did this come from?
Apparently, also, he broke his toe during that splash. From what Jimmy, yeah, that's what Jay said in the press conference. He said he broke his toe.
God damn it!
And also, Bronson Reed is questionable at the moment.
Oh yeah, he did do that splash and like knee first.
Is he got hurt on that splash through the table or questionable in story?
I'm thinking like, yo, I'm gonna look.
It could be both because he did land knee first on that when he did that tsunami out the top. I'm like, bro, your knees.
Yeah.
Because he didn't go for like full body through the table. His knees landed first and then he went through the table. So I'm like, if your knees ain't fucked up, you are my boy. You are you have a lucky charm somewhere.
You know, I think they said it's unknown what the exact injury was. If any, they said he was checked out by the medical team. So he might be injured, he might not be. It might just be he was shaken up. Either way,
yeah.
That spot was crazy. I was like, yo, that shit turned to splinters, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, brother, you are too big for that. Come on now.
We're gonna do it anyway. God damn it, you feel me? Yeah, I agree with you guys though. Definitely interested to see how this favor plays out with Punk and Heyman, and if it involves Roman at all, or you know what the deal is with that. Also interested to see like how they go about breaking this thing back up, or you know how long this iteration of the OG bloodline stays together. Like, does Jay immediately just go back to Raw and just start wearing the blue and the pink again? Or, you know, does he, you know, stay around on SmackDown a little bit longer? Or do they shuffle them back and forth with him and Sammy, allow them to go over and still be a part of this? Or, you know, what the next chapter is. I'm assuming the next chapter is likely Roman versus Solo at Saturday night's main event for the Ulafala.
Well, they haven't advertised Roman for Saturday night's main event yet, so that may or may not happen.
Did say something about he doesn't know if he's on that card. He's on that first Netflix show.
But the way they stacking it up, it would make sense to have him on that card.
I just don't think that they could stretch the Ulafala shit.
Yeah, no.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think they could stretch it until the Royal Rumble because that's February.
Yeah, so that's a whole extra month.
I mean, how many times have we said I don't think that they could stretch this?
But then they find a way to stretch that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want to put doubt in the air on it, but I don't know if I want to wait that long for it because I want the other shoe up on whatever The Rock's involvement is, whatever his next step is. We got to figure out what the fuck was going on with Paul Heyman. I think that definitely has to be.
You mentioned The Rock, like, brother.
Yeah,
we need to know why you walked out to Bad Blood, just throw up a 3, and then play your music, and then walked away. Like you cut that rambling, ranting promo backstage after the show for social media, and then just dip. So we need to pick up steam. I feel like we'll probably pick up steam on that at Saturday's main event. I feel like The Rock will definitely be a surprise when they get to New York.
To do it. Seems like a good place to do it. There's a big angle there to kind of jumpstart whatever's supposed to happen on the road to WrestleMania or what have you. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see definitely how that goes. I don't know. I feel like this card could have used Cody. Like, I'm not gonna hold it. I feel like it could have used Cody, and they didn't go that route. But you know what?
It's like I get why they didn't have him, because I don't get it, because it's a pay-per-view. You could have at least put him involved somewhere, but his presence was definitely noticeable. That it wasn't there. His absence was noticeable, I should say.
Yeah, they definitely could have used him, but they've been giving people like a lot more time off and trying to, figure out different ways that they can work through things and allow people time with family and stuff like that. So
makes sense.
I can't hate on that at all.
Oh no. Like I can't hate on people complaining about them taping shows back to back. I'm like, bro, it's the holidays. They're human. They need a break.
Yeah. They're gonna do
we can't be out here
Yeah,
advocating for these wrestlers to. You said what now? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go.
I'm gonna say you can't be advocating for these wrestlers to do that shit. We're out of sync.
You go.
We're out of sync. That is my bad. My bad. We are so out of sync. We probably have the same point though. That's probably what it is. We probably have the same point. But I'm just saying, basically, you can't complain about them being hurt all the time, but then you complain about them having time off. Whoops.
What I was gonna say was, like, I remember there was a point where they were doing shows like on Christmas, and people were like, why y'all running shows on Christmas? No one watches that anyway. Why are you even doing it? And they were live shows. They weren't pre-taped. It was live, and people were like, okay. Same thing with like house shows. They would do house shows on Christmas at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were like, oh, well, it's really fun to, come out to a show. And I'm like, I know it's not fun for them. I definitely know they don't want to be in Erie, in Lake Erie right now. I'm like, I know they don't want to be in Peoria right now. Like, they want to be home with their families. They don't want to be here doing this stupid shit. So sometimes it's annoying when you see spoilers online, because you're like, bro, I want to be surprised. I want to watch the show and not know what's going on exactly. But I get it. No one wants to be away from their families on Thanksgiving and Christmas, or whatever's going on. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah. So we both had the same sentiments. So yeah. Just this delay messed us up.
That's on me.
I'm like, huh?
Nah, my internet's going slow right now. Shout out to Kung Fu Eddie. That's how I felt when I called Black and Not Stable Hotline. Yeah, I got to do the fusion. Yo, facts.
Yeah, but man, we'll figure all of this out, man. We got Deadline next weekend, next Saturday, NXT pay-per-view, PLE. Sorry, I don't want Swerve to come yell at me.
Man, nigga, we don't even do no, like, nigga, those aren't even pay-per-views. I'm like, bro,
why do you?
All right,
I paid to see him every month when it comes out of my account.
I fucked with him for that, with the Bully Ray shit. I fucked with him for that because Bully Ray was like PLE pay-per-view, whatever. Like, no, that's that terminology that they use over there. And you be over there with them niggas. Don't whatever our shit, nigga, because niggas is throwing down 50, whatever the fuck a month for it, not $10. And also having to watch the next episode of Twisted Metal. You feel me? That automatically plays after the shit. No. Put some respect on something, nigga. Don't try to whatever my shit, nigga. This some AEW shit. Get off tip. You feel me? I fucked with that. Don't try to tell me some shit over here, fucking old ass white man. Now, with that said, fuck with the gang. Make sure y'all stay tapped in, stay tuned in, stay dangerous. If you have made it this far, please go ahead and throw us a like. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure y'all check out Gresh Unleashed on Tuesday. You said you're going at a different time this week. You going earlier this week?
No, this week is the usual time. The 100th episode gonna go earlier because that's
okay. That's what you were saying. Okay, that's what
that'll be. That's gonna be 8:30, so that way we can.
I got a question. I got a question for you too about that too. You feel me? So we'll talk about that off air. But you y'all check out Gresh Unleashed this Tuesday, every Tuesday, live and direct. Y'all talking about, you hear me? And then of course, you know what I'm saying, we round out the bases on Thursday evenings. We'll be back to the regular scheduled time this week, Thursday, 7:15 p.m. We're not doing the Wednesday night shit. That was because you did get they turkey and they, you feel me, they mashes and they potato salads and they isms together, you feel me? So with that said, back live and direct, same place, same time, right time, 7:15 Thursday. Come fuck with the gang. Make sure you're following us at the Enemies P3 on all social media platforms. At Oh My God Graham, if y'all want to talk to me, you don't have to. You don't have to do that, but you could. And that's where you would do that at. So yeah, with that said, Gresh, tell them where to find you, my guy.
Yeah, you can scour the internet for me at is Gresh on Twitter, X, whatever they want to call it these days. And you can follow me, AO is Gresh everywhere else, or you can follow the podcast itself, Gresh Unleashed, as well as the Enemies PE3. And make sure you subscribe to that Patreon. We got a lot of stuff over here coming in the year 2025. That's all I will say right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Benjamin, the Waco Kid, man. Public Enemy #1. Take us home.
Yeah. You can follow the champ at _ the son of Mars _ You know, you can follow the former champ too, who was talking all that shit, all that good shit during the prediction. You can follow him. You follow CJ at _that's _ with 2 E's. Yo, shout out to CJ, man.
Yeah,
he out there being a good son, a good grandson. Shout out to him, man. Good man.
We need more of you in the world.
You know, Damien got attacked by Finn Balor and Judgment Day in the parking lot.
Yeah, a write-off because he did look like he messed up his arm.
So yeah,
on that landing.
Interesting. Just end this shit, please. It needs to be over. God. Oh no, he jumped Balor in the back, and then they put hands and feet on Cuz. So, hey man, you did that to yourself, P.
Oh yeah, he jumped them right in front of their car. So how did you think that was gonna go?
Should have gone home, bro. Should have just clocked out.
Yeah, dog. I'm talking about. Oh well, it is what it is, man. Y'all do what y'all want to do what y'all gotta do, man. We'll holler at y'all on the other side of it. You feel me? Until the next time. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Just